LeBron fans are sick of LA.
Are they sick?
I'm going to tell you straight up and down. LeBron fans are sick of the Lakers.
They are sick of it, and so am I.
Rings culture's weird, and you about to do this? Hoo-hoo! Oh, it's going to be a good one.
It sure is.
What if I told you that LeBron James might be on the verge of forming yet another super team, but not in LA? That's right. New reports say LeBron could be leaving the Lakers. Not just leaving, but teaming up with Kyrie Irving and possibly Anthony Davis in Dallas. And if it happens, this won't just shake up the NBA. It could rewrite the legacy conversation forever. But what's really going on behind the scenes? Why now? And what does this say about LeBron's career? And how we'll remember it? Let's break it all down. Before we dive in, if you're passionate about unfiltered NBA content, from bold takes to the stories the mainstream won't touch, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay locked in. Now, let's get into it. The breaking news that set everything off. It started like it always does, with a vague report and a whole lot of speculation. According to Bleacher Report, LeBron James will exercise his $52.6 million player option to return to the Lakers, but he's also closely monitoring their off-season moves, which sounds innocent until you realize what that actually means. LeBron picked up his option, taking the biggest bag left on the table, and now he's standing back, arms crossed, waiting to see what the Lakers do. The problem? There's no cap space left, no trade assets, no clear path to a better roster. So what exactly is LeBron waiting for? Well, we may have just found out. Because shortly after that report dropped, sideline sources published a story that sent NBA Twitter into a frenzy. There's buzz that LeBron might finish his career in Dallas. And to understand why that's even possible, we've got to look at how this came together. But first, who would actually be waiting for him in Dallas? The Dallas blueprint, Kyrie, AD, and a bold plan. Let's talk about the Mavericks. Kyrie Irving is already there. Jason Kidd is coaching. The GM, Nico Harrison, former Nike executive. You know who else is tied to Nike? Yeah, LeBron James. Deeply. So now let's imagine this. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Anthony Davis.
Why is your face like that?
A young Cooper Flagg, and Klay Thompson? That's not a dream team. That's a legacy-chasing, ring-hunting machine. And it gets even more interesting when you remember. Jason Kidd was an assistant during the Lakers' 2020 championship run. LeBron loved playing for him, and now he's the head coach of the Mavericks. Coincidence? Hardly. But that's just the surface. The deeper you go, the more this move starts to make sense, even if it infuriates Lakers fans. But how does this all line up with the public LeBron we've seen lately? The one who says ring culture is weird. Ring culture or just ring hypocrisy? Remember when LeBron told the world that we put too much focus on rings? That ring culture was toxic? And that greatness isn't defined by championships alone? Well, that LeBron might not be the one picking up the phone to team up with Kyrie, AD, and Klay. Because if this move to Dallas goes down, it would mark his fourth super team. Let's count them. Miami, LeBron, Wade, Bosh. Cleveland, Part 2, LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love. Lakers, LeBron, AD, plus attempts at adding Russ, Westbrook, and others. Now, Dallas? At some point, we've got to ask the question, is LeBron chasing greatness or chasing control? Because if the goal isn't rings, then what's the point of forming another super team? And if he's not careful, this next chapter might do more damage to his legacy than he thinks. But let's take a step back. How would a trade to Dallas even work? How LeBron could actually get to Dallas? Now here's where things get tricky. LeBron just opted into a massive $52 million salary with the Lakers. So unless he's waived, which won't happen, he'd need to be traded. And that means the Lakers would need something back. So what exactly does Dallas offer that LA would even want? Luka is off the table, obviously. Kyrie? Already been there. AD? He'd have to come with LeBron, not in exchange for him. So the logistics are murky at best. But there's another layer to all of this. LeBron's son, Bronny James. If LeBron wants to play with Bronny and the Lakers don't draft him, would LeBron force a move to a team that does? Dallas is in prime position to pull that off. And if that's the case, this might not be about basketball at all. This could be a father and son chapter disguised as a last-chance super team. But it's not just Lakers fans who are caught off guard. LeBron fans, they're having a full-blown crisis. The divide between Lakers fans and LeBron fans. This part is wild. Lakers fans, the most storied fan base in NBA history, are basically begging LeBron to leave. They've had enough. Meanwhile, LeBron fans are calling out the franchise for not doing enough to support the king. And now, he might leave them both behind. For years, Lakers fans tolerated LeBron because of what he could bring. A ring, a banner, a boost to the legacy. But now that his relationship with the front office is strained and the roster can't be improved much, there's a real sense that the breakup is coming. It's LeBron versus the brand. And if you think the Lakers fan base is going to retire his jersey the same way they did Kobe's, think again. So how does this end? What happens if LeBron really walks? Legacy, leverage, and the last power move. If this Dallas move happens, it won't just be a headline. It'll be a legacy move, a leverage play, and maybe the most telling act of LeBron's career. At 40 years old, LeBron's not supposed to be chasing more rings. He's supposed to be celebrating what he's done. Instead, he might be preparing for one last run, surrounded by stars, in a city where the pressure is nowhere near as intense as LA. If he wins, the headlines write themselves. But if he doesn't, it'll just be another chapter in a career filled with incredible highs and just as many questions. So is this the end of the Lakers era or the beginning of the final LeBron experiment? Stick around, because this saga is far from over. So let's recap. LeBron picks up a massive contract, hints that he's monitoring the Lakers, and now reports swirl that he's Dallas-bound. The stars are aligning. Kyrie, AD, Kid, Nike. All the ingredients for another legacy push. But whether you see this as brilliance or betrayal, one thing's clear. LeBron's not done.
Thanks.
And the NBA, it's about to feel the impact, again. Make sure to hit that like button if you made it this far, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Would a move to Dallas help or hurt LeBron's legacy? And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe, because this NBA offseason is only getting started. Catch you in the next one.